Hello, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. We're switching things around a little bit today because the snow coming down outside is absolutely gorgeous. So I do want to share that with you today. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And I take your questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on.
It's here, JCPenney Beauty.
No.
And
Stop. Sorry. I had this set up to so I could see your chat and started running an ad. Okay. Hello. All right. So kind of a big day in the sense of, oh my gosh, have you heard about Matt Gaetz? And that's where we're going to start. Oh my giddy aunt. All right. That's the only problem about doing things this way. I think I may have to. Let's see, I don't really have space for a notebook. Hang on. Let me grab some paper here. There we go. This came with something I bought for the kitties. It has a heart and little paw prints. So I could grab that. Grab a pen, and I'll be able to write the timestamps down. Thank you, Kay Rubio. Thank you. So Dale says, I haven't heard about Matt Gaetz. L Flower One Star says he's in big trouble. Well, maybe, because he may. There's even a video where someone was talking to him right before he changed his vote against McCarthy, where someone may have been reading him the Riot Act. All right, so about 2 minutes in, let's look at Gaetz. All right, so, and I'll tilt the, move this over and I'll tilt the camera so you can see the snow. And I will put this here so I can see your comments. All right, here we go. Yes, it is like old times. Actually, I wonder if I could just move this camera this way, if that would be clearer. Oh, it might. It's sitting a little high. I should be able to see the cards a little bit. Okay. All right. So I can see the chat. I can write down the questions. This will be a little odd, but we can make it work. All right. So what's going on with Gaetz? Word on the street from 3 confirmed sources is that Matt Gaetz is possibly having an affair. While that in itself isn't surprising, the fact that it's with his press secretary, Joe Valdez, has tongues wagging on the Hill. Will this hurt Gaetz among the GOP ranks? What else is going on? So that's really the question. There are 3 sources, and there's talk that he changed his vote on McCarthy because he was threatened. Because there's something someone said to him. There's a video on YouTube. There's something someone said to him, leaned over, said to him, and he looked very unhappy. And then he immediately changed his vote. So, okay. So let's see what's going on with Gaetz. Oh, Ricky says, and the star of the show, the inspiration behind the Duran Duran song, Rio. His name is Rio. Yes. And he dances on the sand. Well, he dances with the Sandman. Yes, he does. Because he's the good boy. Yes, he's the good boy. He's the good boy. Good boy. All right. Oh, Gatesy Waitsy. Oof. I wish there was a better place to put this microphone. There just isn't. That's the problem. It'd be better if you could see more of him, but I can't actually put this back here. Okay, it's just gonna have to stay here. Okay, we'll just have to do it this way. I don't know what else to do. All right, we're at, well, let's say 5:30. Gaetz. Oh, Gaetz. He's a hedonist. I mean, in general, none of us care if the man's bi. Seriously, in general, nobody cares. On this side of the aisle, we don't care. As long as you got consenting adults, we don't care. But he is a hypocrite, and he can be blackmailed, I suppose. I'm glad you like it, Mrs. Katara. Gatesy. Oh, Aspasia, this is kind of how it used to be. I used to do things this way, but it's just so beautiful outside. No, I'm trying to move the chat up. RN Swan says, one doth protest too much. All right, so, this is going to hurt. 3 of swords. Yikes. Can you see the cards all right? Please let me know. It's hard to see the screen from this angle. Hello, sweetheart. Move my chair forward so it'll stop making noise. How are you? Yeah. So, Gaetz. Ace of Wands. Good, thank you. 4 of Cups. 3 of Wands. 9 of Swords. Page of Wands. That feels gross. That's, see, because there's some other talk as well. It's just gossip, and it's much worse. And don't forget, for entertainment only YouTube, okay. When I end up asking questions about this, sometimes, not always, but sometimes the wand cards can be a little on the nose. This is refusal, denial. This is, I just got off work and where's the next party at? This is a whole lot of worry, and I do not like. Please tell me this is some kind of this is usually the messenger. Please tell me this is communication and it's not a young person with a wand. Oh man, he's and there's talk that the FBI may raid his offices. Eeks. Yes, Joyce, Boo Boos and Kitty will be closer when we get into the muck. True, Teresa Ford. Pages are usually young. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, Gaetz. So, are you about to, because I guess he hired somebody. What was that link? Hang on. There was, Sarah sent me something about, here we go. This is a supposed quote. It's not true, but what they're talking about possibly with Gaetz, dude, you'd best change your vote or I'm going to spill the beans about what I saw you doing in the men's room with your press secretary, Joe Valdez, for entertainment only YouTube. And Rebecca Jones on Twitter is saying that a source in Matt Gaetz' office says the office is in upheaval. They expect the FBI to raid the office any day now. And potentially have photos of Gaetz making out with young men. But we need experts to authenticate the photos. That's why he hasn't put it out yet. There are, I do like Jake Jacobson on Twitter, who has literally been sending prison tip postcards. I'm not kidding. He's made up a whole bunch of prison tip postcards for Gaetz. There's Benedict McCarthy, tips on how to survive prison, and he sends the postcards to Washington, D.C. I love, you know me, I love artistic protests. But there was something I saw about someone he hired. The reason they think the FBI might raid his offices has to do with someone he hired who has, let's just say, a particularly bad history and should not have been hired. So, yeah, definitely living a double life, Aspasia. Exactly. Lynette says, the question is how young? And that's really it, Lynette. That is really it. Hello, Kathy. So, well, he's a part of government. This is the institution. Very much the institution. Debo says, I really do prefer this view. It's so relaxing. I do it sometimes, but it's so relaxing. It's not relaxing to look at me. I know that's not what you meant. I just find it funny. 7 of Pentacles. Magician. Strength. 2 of Wands. 6 of Swords. He's been having his cake and eating it too. And he thinks he could do whatever he wanted. There's no sense of being held accountable for things. I've read on his marriage somewhat recently, and it was bad. Bad. Ginger Lucky's not so lucky, but she kind of knew what she was getting herself into. But this is communication about, this could be photographs, some kind of communication, messages, photographs. This, at the very least, is a leaving out, leaving office. At worst, let me take another sip of actually, this is black currant black tea by Twinings, which is good for me because I don't have to sweeten it. This can also be a going to prison card eventually. CC Ryder says the court documents in the Rebecca Jones thread is interesting. I don't remember it. Yes, Vicky, a frat boy mentality. Daddy will pay to fix his issues. Well, he has. How many DUIs did Matt Gaetz supposedly duck and dodge? Electra Storm is asking, so the news... Okay, it jumped. I think it said the news is that Matt Gaetz is having an affair with a man. Who cares? But having an affair, that's just stupid. Clean up your mess before you move on to somebody else. That's just decency. You want to be with somebody else? Be with somebody else, but clean up your mess first. You can wait a few months before you get your freak on. It won't kill you. That's what decent people do. But there might be more to it than that. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Anna, I agree. Affairs are never okay. Plus the fact that you are putting someone medically at risk, your spouse, through no consent of their own. You could end up transferring who knows what kind of disease to your spouse. And I mean, that's what happened to Isaac Dennison, the writer. Was it Out of Africa? Was that the movie made about her life? And she lived in Africa and her husband cheated on her and ended up giving her a horrible disease through no fault of her own. It's just wrong. Devil. This man is... He's vile. I mean, look, I've known hedonists, people who literally, they are completely upfront about it. They regularly get tested. Everybody knows. I am a hedonist. This is my thing. And, it's like, if you get involved in that, you know exactly what you're getting involved in. That's one thing. But you can't consent. You can't be in a consensual relationship if somebody is cheating with somebody else. You can't be in a fully consensual relationship with your partner if they are sleeping with somebody else and you don't know about it. They're hiding it from you. And there should be no intimacy without consent, ever. True, Aspasia. He's a very, very spoiled person who has no regard for others. Yep. Tris Ford says perhaps his wife is a beard. Oh, no. Well, she is a front for him to look respectable. But a beard is usually someone who is gay, who is trying to project an image that they're straight. No, he's bi. And he's not just bi, he's a hedonist, which is a whole different thing. Betty says, who says she didn't know? Because it doesn't feel like it. But again, what do I know? So, lies, truth coming out. Mr. Important thinks he can do anything because he's going to continue whatever he's doing, he's going to continue doing it. Whatever horribleness, he's been lying about it, but according to the cards and the collective energy that I'm picking up on, I could be wrong, like I said, but this is... He was talked into putting things more on the download for a while. Jolie, we're reading on Matt Gaetz, who rumor has kind of exploded today that black current will arrive today. It's right there. Anyway, it's kind of things have kind of exploded today that he's been having an affair with a male person in his staff. And among other things. Lisa Graham says, imagine his Dorian Gray portrait. Ew. Yeah. Greta says, I thought their marriage was a sham the minute I saw the picture he took of his wife on that plane. How disrespectful was that? I'm with you. If a man would do that to you on your like just your wedding night or the day you're married or the day after, Yeah, he's never going to be respectful or decent. And yes, Fran, it's the right, always complaining about gay and trans people, and yep. Yep. So, hello, Anne in Ohio. Yeah, exactly, Joanne. Projection. So, all right, what's going to happen here? Are there going to be legal charges against Matt Gaetz for any of this stuff? Hello, Anne. Hello, Jane. Feels like 3 cards. How are you doing, boo boo? You doing okay? Precious. Queen of Wands. I think his wife actually has some power over him. I think she could be turning this around to use. He's like, all right, well, then you're going to give me this. You're going to do this. You're going to give me this. This is going to be the situation. Or I've gone digging through your correspondences and what have you, and you're toast. Because this is the whole country. Everybody's seeing everything. So he's on the defensive. Well, I don't have swords. I don't have anything here about like charges per se. But he's very much on the defensive here. And then this is all kinds of evidence and raining on his parade. Will there be any kind of lasting damage? Lisa Grimm says, I hope she has an airtight prenup. Oh, yeah. Spatial Rising says, probably 2 country club guys arranging a marriage for their children. Daughters get the money, prestige, respectability. Oh, daughters get the money. Gaetz gets the prestige, the respectability. Old school style. Yeah, but the money's not worth anything if your name is dragged through the mud. I mean, that's part of it. She's supposed to get, if it was arranged, which I don't think that it was. I think I think he bamboozled her, to be honest. Plus, I think she has self-esteem issues. But I think her family has money, and yeah. Anyway, okay. Let me see. Let me just. I don't know what to read on. There's so much to read on. All right, let's read about at 20. Hello, 24. Let's read on the Gaetz marriage. All right. Electra Storm says, how was she bamboozled when her sister told her what he was, though? Well, how many people don't listen to their siblings? How many people fall in love and they're just convinced that you just don't know him and he's so great and he's important and it'll make me important? And yes, Jolie, what a complete total creep he is. Yes. All right, so Mr. and Mrs. Matt Gaetz, known as the scum and the sucker. Thank you, Terry. High Priestess, secrets, big ones. Big secrets. Six of Wands. Him getting married, it did quell some of the rumors about him. Five of Wands, Nine of Swords, Sun card, Queen of Pentacles. Get that money, girl. It did quell things, but he's just too brazen. He's just too brazen. And look, we now know what John F. Kennedy was like. How he treated women. How many women he went through. Now, I've read on that personally. I think it had something to do, and this isn't an excuse, but I think it had something to do with all of the steroids he was on. I think his testosterone was jacked up to 200%. But this isn't the same thing. Well, I shouldn't just say steroids. It was the medication, all the medication he was on. But this is worry, and he's going to need to worry. Things coming to light. It feels like him being like pushed out, like you're done. And she walks away with some money. His wife. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, Orange Swan, Jack Rabbit Kennedy. Yeah. Yep. And that's true, M. Kelpie. JFK wasn't getting anywhere near young ones. That's true. That is the best of my knowledge, yeah. They were all consenting adults, but his wife wasn't. I mean, she didn't know, or she didn't get married for that to happen. She wanted him to be faithful. But anyway. Denise says, and at least Kennedy contributed to the betterment of the country. Hello, precious. Hello, precious one. Hello, soft kitty. Just a soft, warm kitty. Just a good boy. All right. Thank you, Jolie. All right. And yeah, it feels like this isn't the end of this. I'll be reading on this in future. So I don't know about the FBI raiding his offices, like somebody was saying on Twitter, but yeah, this isn't going away anytime soon. And Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is not going to. Knight of Cups, Three of Wands, King of Pentacles. And he's going to go running back to Daddy to save him. And he's still going to keep looking for the next party. But people aren't going to forget, and the Democrats aren't going to forget. And someone like this who is trying to keep these kinds of secrets, they can be blackmailed. So, Orange Swan is asking about foreign money issues. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. All right, what was next on the list here? Hello. Ah. I just can't see that. All right. That's Gaetz. Okay, yesterday I was going to talk about Fani Willis. We're at 29:30. Yesterday I was reading on Fani Willis, and was she going to bring charges anytime soon? And what I kept getting was the partnership card. Partnership, lovers, partnership. And I had forgotten. They had the report from the grand jury, but she then has to go to a different grand jury in order to bring charges. So, and And then some of you were kind enough to mention it in the comments yesterday. Thank you. There's a whole lot to keep straight and juggle it all. So help is. I'm not one of those people that gets bent out of shape when you guys are helping me, because I do not believe I'm perfect. So Fani Willis and the grand jury. The actual question here. Fani Willis, according to Georgia law, has everything she needs to go against Trump for RICO charges. Okay, this is going to be a lot easier to just do it this way. Hang on. Like I said, this thing is tilted so far away from me that it makes it really hard. And I can't even see where the mouse is. Okay, I don't need that. Close that. More. Haha, now I can see the questions. All right, Fani Willis, according to Georgia law, has everything she needs to go against Trump for RICO charges. Will she do it? Quote, among the things that are considered racketeering activity in the state of Georgia is knowingly and willfully making a false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or representation in any matter within the jurisdiction of any department or agency of state government. If you do that, you've committed a racketeering activity. If you attempt to do that, if you solicit someone else to do it, or you coerce someone else to do it, it's all considered racketeering under Georgia law. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Fani Willis. Are we going for RICO charges? Because we got other people to contribute to trying to get something unlawful done. Lindsey Graham speaking and other people making phone calls. Fani Willis. Racketeering? RICO charges against. Oh, sorry. Just elbowed the computer. RICO law. Big old death card. She is not playing. Heather Formosa says, I just heard the click of handcuffs. Glorious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dave says that driveway brings back memories of overloaded Celtics. Yes. Okay. 3 of Swords. That's not good for you. I'm going to put this death card for the reading right here. Oh, and behind it just happens to be the moon card. Behind that is the Hanged Man. She doesn't like him, and she very much wants to rain on his parade. Oh my gosh, these cards. She wants to use her office to rain on his parade. She does not like this guy. But that's more behind the scenes. That's more personal. Now, she wants to. She's definitely going to finish this. 3 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Very steady. It's very steady energy. Bringing charges against, this would be Trump, just a Republican politician for trying to steal an election, and those who helped him who did not have the right to do it. It feels very matter of fact, working working step by step by step through the process. Okay, she's not messing around. It's not flashy, but it has teeth. Whew. Let me see what else I can pick up. Sort of bonus cards. Freda's met any squirrels in the garden this year. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There are a couple of little nests up in the trees here and there. Thread of Hope says her team seems very confident and talented. Yes. Hey, Lady Eva. Gaetz is the only thing that's happened recently, and that was interesting. But right now we're asking about Fani Willis. So, is it sooner or later? Because she doesn't have to put a special grand jury in place. She can go to a grand jury that's already in place to have them look at her information, have them look at the report, and then decide if charges should be brought against Trump and his ilk. No, Lady Eva. No, afraid not. I'm trying to see if she's going to. Two of Wands. Oh, there's okay. It's the communication between the different players that's very important because it shows organization. Knight of Swords. Six of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Knight of Wands, Moon. Aggressive law enforcement. This is him asking, I just need 11,870 votes. Give me a break, which is illegal. Lindsey Graham. Chaos. It's definitely coming. I don't think it's coming today. The energy isn't overwhelming like it's right there. It's very steady, methodical work. And Kelpie said Georgia is one of the 3 states where the governor cannot pardon. Oh, really? You don't say. Terry Solaris, are charges imminent? Anne Harding on how to pronounce Fani Willis's name. I just cannot bring myself to use the how it's spelled version of her name. Very rude in the UK. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday, Holly. As I do every year, I give gifts on my birthday. Thank you, and happy birthday, Holly. Thank you. Ooh, Justice card flying out. Wow. Boom, Justice, Fool. And it's gonna, it will seem like it's coming out of the blue. I mean, it's not, but it's what it's gonna feel like. So, it's gonna be like, whoa. Nice. It's coming. But it's like clockwork, steady. Step by step by step by step by step. There's just, it's not flashy, but it's coming. It's coming. So, all right. Let's see, where are we? We are at 40, basically. All right. So at 40, I thought it'd be nice to look at the snow since it hasn't snowed that much. But it's a little fiddly for me to be able to get around what I need to see. All right. Former officials from all levels of government discover they are in possession of classified material. Surprise. and turn them over to the authorities at least several times a year. A new report shows that the document mishandling problem that the U.S. seems to have has been ongoing and stretches back as far as the Carter administration. What has brought it to everyone's attention is that never before has someone as high-ranking as Trump refused to turn the stuff back over. Will something finally be done? So this is very much about the documents secrecy. And since I'm here, all right, the next one's going to be about Trump being too busy, complaining he's going to be too busy to run. Oh, 40, actually it's 41 now. All right, document secrecy. Is the U.S. government going to get their act together to keep things that are supposed to be secret, to keep them secret? Thank you, Janet. Yes, Lucky Girl. I pronounce her name as Fani. Fawn. Like a small deer. Baby deer. Thank you, Dancing Warrior. So, U.S. government. The whole top secret stuff that you're supposed to be keeping top secret. Maybe you could work on that a little. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the physical things. You're supposed to be keeping an eye on the physical things. Just a thought. Terry Solaris saying, question, is the U.S. going to get their act together on just where and who has classified documents? I recommend a librarian helping them. Yes. Oh. All right, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, King of Cups. It has not been done well. Things got particularly heinous under the Trump administration. The Biden administration, they'll work something out. This feels very much like Pluto's been going through Capricorn, and it brought all of this stuff that isn't working up to the surface for us to deal with and clear away. And this is just Pluto and Capricorn is what this feels like. Just kicking up this stuff so we can deal with it. Yeah. So they'll deal with it. It's gonna slow a lot of things down because it's gonna get harder to keep copies of these things. But also there's some question about things being over classification. Too many things being deemed top secret. So that's, and boy did they do that in the Trump era. Ooh, boy. Friend says, may I see your nails, please? Sure. Pretty. So, just playing. Yeah, it just feels like they're going to work their way through it and they're going to be okay. Tim says in the 70s, over 10,000 items a day was marked classified. Oh, wow. Man. Kathy Ritchie says, what do you think about Trump telling people to leave Pence alone? Not much. I understand. Yes, I'm Kelpie. Just heard the IRS is operating with 60s technology. There's actually some stuff from the 80s and early 90s. There was someone who worked there who used an obscure computer language to create some of the main computing programs that the IRS is still using. So the hope is to get rid of all that. All right. Oh, and so this next question at 46 was about Trump. Trump, too busy. And if I'm not giving you credit for these questions, I usually try to give you credit. I'm sorry, things are kind of discombobulated today. Trump, too busy to run for president. In the past, I've gotten a big, oh, heck yeah, but we'll see. Trumpy, yeah, a thief in a cell, an isolated thief. It's going to be a little busy to run for president. And as long as he does the bare minimum, he can keep the money he's raised, is my understanding. So, 2 of Wands. It's just a card of far-right communication. Okay, what does that mean? Ooh, Death card. Death card. 8 of Pentacles, Judgment, 10 of Cups. Oh, it's going to be glorious. Buried, burden. Yeah, he's done. He's going to be very busy. A death of that dream. All kinds of this judgment, it feels like it's falling on the other candidates. Because all of this evidence against Trump is there, and he's got the burden of all of these charges and cases. And the woman, I love it, there's a woman watching every move that Trump org makes and saying no to things that are illegal. Mwah. Yeah, he's going to be in trouble. Yep. All right. I'm trying to keep my voice reasonable since I'm so close to the microphone. So if I sound like I'm putting you to sleep, I do apologize. All right. Holly Wanda, in 98, Jimmy Carter could run for a second term. Nothing's stopping him. Let's see. No. I need to see the questions. Questions. Who's got the questions? All right. Betty was asking, will Garland appoint a special counsel for the Pence docs? Oh, and then Devin Nunes had a meltdown. How glorious is that? All right, special counsel. Pence docs. And then. Nunes. I don't need a new job. True Social CEO Devin Nunes melted down over the site's funding problems recently. Nunes out of a job. Yes. And then protesters have been swarming Kavanaugh's house after the new allegations. Good. Protesters swarming. I'd like beers. House. All right, let's do these. Then we have a question about George Santos. On the Rachel Maddow show, she showed a clip where George Santos was claiming in an interview in Brazil, so he was speaking in Portuguese, but he was claiming that he was the victim of an assassination attempt. He also claimed he was mugged, basically in Times Square in the middle of the day, and they took his shoes. They took his stuff, his wallet, his watch, but they also took his shoes. And nobody did anything. Right. All right, so let's start with at 52. Yes, Terry. Will Garland appoint a special counsel for the Pence documents? Lisa Gramsa Santos says now he'll donate his paycheck, so not happening. Yeah. Dave says relaxing is good. You would make a good therapist, Autumn. Thank you. I've had people suggest that I go into and become a therapist. I just couldn't. I couldn't take on that kind of. Same reason I don't do personal readings. Just taking on all that pain. It's really hard for me to build a wall against other people's pain. That's why my life is so quiet. Isabel Moss says everyone gets a special counsel. Merry Christmas. Hola from Mexico. Hello, Susan. Whoops. Sorry, maybe it's 53. Will there be a special counsel for Pence? Julie says, can't Santos understand he's shooting himself in the foot with his lies? His name is now Toast. Who's going to hire him? He's a pathological liar. He cannot stop. He cannot stop. Well, I'm asking if there's going to be a special counsel for the Pence documents. I'm definitely getting justice, but... Nine of Cups, Five of Wands, Four of Swords. No, if anything, it'll get kind of looped in on some other stuff. But, yeah. It's not going away, but not a special counsel. There's so much evidence. Yeah. CC Ryder, you get a special counsel, and you get a special counsel, and you get a special counsel. Mel says Autumn has that smooth FM radio voice going, very calming. Oh, nice. I've always wanted to have a voice like that. I'm a sucker for a good voice. I really am. So if mine ever sounds good, I'm very pleased. All right, so at 55. Nunes, poor Nunes, out of a job. Oh. He's a grim. NPR will be calling the next Terry Gross. Oh, she's a legend. Okay, Nunes, you are so pathetic. The man with one of the most uncomfortable smiles ever. Lucky Girl says, of course Pence can't have a special counsel. His mother would never approve of one. Larry says, hey, Autumn, I've worked in radio for the last 40 years. Awesome. Rexa says, a smooth classical music voice. There we go. All right, so Nunes, part of the lies, promoting the lies. He was lied to. He lies to others. It just goes on and on and on. CC Ryder, I agree. Nunes is an idiot if he didn't see this coming, but he's an idiot. Alexandra's asking, wait, he smiles? Oh, yes, it's painful. It is painful to watch. Usually at the beginning of interviews, he's sitting there with the most awful smile. Terry's asking Nunes, so question, Nunes is out of a job. Will his cows take him back? 10 of Pentacles, Magician, 7 of Wands. He thought he was going to make a bundle. And now he's just on the defensive and he feels like he's out in the cold. You did this to yourself, you moron. Does his district even still exist? Yes, Polywanda, Nunes is an utter disappointment. Yes. Yeah, Kelly, he's not too bright. Does his district even still exist? Because he thought he was going to get this all sorted out, but now he's scrambling and it's not going to go well for him. Yes, Kathy Delisle, utterly hilarious. Hello, Miss Cat M. 3 of Wands. Looking for a job. Julie asks, how do you ever get into politics? Aren't most of them lawyers first? A lot of them are, but not all. Wasn't Paul Rand some kind of doctor? Dentist? Something? I can't remember. Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Empress. He's just not there. He's looking for a job and he like fades away for a while because this is Biden, the Democrats, action taken, there's America, life goes on without you. Yeah. Okay, so 59 minutes in. Okay. Protesters are swarming Kavanaugh's house after the release of the documentary about him. Betty Cantrell says Ryan is a deadist. Ah, thank you. By the way, there were some pictures of Congress people behaving badly over the years, and it isn't behaving badly, but I saw a photograph of Rand Paul in Speedos, not leaving much to the imagination, and I wish I could unsee that. Really. Polly Wanda says Kavanaugh's slogan is "Make another girl afraid." I'm with you, Alexandra. Ew. All right, so for entertainment only, YouTube. Protesters are swarming Kavanaugh's house after this documentary has... if his documentary has come out about possibly other victims. Kathy Delisle, ew, gross, spit. Yeah, I know. Linda Kingsley says his finances are falling apart in California. He needs to go home and take care of the land he has. Oh, that's Nunes. All right. Kavanaugh. I know, right? Never. Well, there goes my lunch. I'm sorry. Lucky girl. Oh no, my brain, my eyes. Anyone have any brain bleach? Hey, I didn't show it. I could have shown it. I mean, technically, it's not anything that would break YouTube's terms of service. I just care about you people too much. Terry Solara says this question: did any of Kavanaugh's protesters bring him a beer? Terry, you are MVP. Oh my gosh, Page of Pentacles. He's always been a jerk. He's always been a jerk. Betty Cantrell says 4,000 people had complaints. Really, who knows how that many people and that many... Who knows that many people and has that many people hating you? True. Polly Wanda, do I still detect a slight dissatisfaction with Trump and his cronies in this chat? Just a little. All right. 9 of Swords. Justice. Yeah, Kavanaugh, it's not exactly been pleasant. 8 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Death card. You are done. Yeah, I realize there's a lot of stuff you could say I was young and stupid, but these are cards of you are in big trouble. I just assumed, this was the whole mess with his, with Blasey Ford and all of this, but no, this is worse than that. This is evidence mounting and mounting and mounting. And all the smoke, the smoke screen around his nomination and rise to the Supreme Court. And I've got a death card at the end. That is a it's not personal, it's not like physical death, it's career death. I mean, Trump did say that if people knew what he knew about Kavanaugh, that Kavanaugh wouldn't even be able to get a job at a regular law firm. This is bad. So, will Kavanaugh be removed? 104. Will Kavanaugh be removed? Linda says Las Vegas needs to take bets on SCOTUS judges who will leave and when. I'd be surprised if they don't already have something like that. Polly Wanda says, I wouldn't let Kavanaugh bag my groceries. I hear you. I'm with you on that. Kelly says Kavanaugh in a Speedo would make me cry in his beer. I love you guys. This is why I love going to the news with you. Terry Solara's question: will Kavanaugh be removed from the Supreme Court? it's only he's never going to step down. None of these extremists are ever going to step down because it's the right thing to do. They will not give up power for the sake of the country, the institution, none of it. It is power for power's sake. Now, that Six of Swords, that is a card of travel, movement, leaving, refugees. Kathy Delisle says, thank you, Pluto. Mm-hmm. Polywanda, is there some new development concerning Kavanaugh? See yesterday's, I think it was yesterday's live stream about the documentary that just came out at Sundance. One is about Jim Jordan that George Clooney produced, I believe, and there's another one called Justice that just came out about Kavanaugh. 9 of Pentacles, Justice card again, King of Cups, Star, and Knight of Cups. That, oh, okay, look, that is Joe Biden choosing someone for the court. Kavanaugh thinks he's sitting pretty. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if it's Kavanaugh that who leaves. Somebody leaving. Kavanaugh thinks he was sitting pretty, but he isn't. Justice will come. And this is about Biden choosing someone else for the Supreme Court. But I don't know if it's to replace I don't know who it's to replace. This isn't saying that. Jennifer Taylor and Azalea are both suggesting it could be Thomas. See, Torino says, I don't know if they're going to get him out. Hear you. I don't know, Foxy Roxy, if Justice or Congress people are removed and they lose their pensions. I don't know. I think the great Google may have an answer on that one. Lisa Graham, thank you. Have to dash. Got to wash the GOP out of my hair. Janet says, rumor is that Roberts is fed up with the loss of dignity. Well, yeah. Kathy Delisle says, freaking zealots. That's the country, but it's also women watching. Oh, and the next question is particularly vile, just so you know. Not gross vile, but disgusting human being vile. Temperance, a whole bunch of lies that should have ended. We're going to learn so much. See, I've got a suspension card, but it's sitting underneath the card for the reading, so it's over here. But this is carefully going through maybe the complaints, and it does not end well because it's going through the lies in a temperate way, steadily working your way through the lies, and then it's a fall from grace. All right, that's what I'm getting right now. Alrighty. Alas, now there's a question about, and I want to make sure I get this at 109:45. Women crossing state lines. Oh, you think I'm kidding? No, this next question is about women crossing state lines. Gonna love this. No, that's not it. There. No, there. Oh, I missed the George Santos thing. Whatever. Top Republican Jim Banks has just indicated he wants to find a way to stop, quote, young ladies from, quote, hopping in a car, unquote, to travel to another state for reproductive care. He agreed the fact that women can travel for care means the fight is far from over. He wants to find a way to stop young ladies from hopping in a car to travel to another state for reproductive care. This is top Republican Jim Banks. Scum of the earth. Heinous human being. Hello, am I making too much noise, sweetheart? Oh, the kitty. And just a cloud of cuteness over here. Just a cloud of cuteness. Third of Hope says, I saw this one reported today. I may have to skip this one. It's too upsetting. Oh, don't let him, no. He is scum. We are right. We're not going to be second-class citizens for this jerk. Nope. Like the Storm says, we're still in America, right? Not the Taliban? Exactly. Holly and Francis Banks is morally bankrupt. Exactly. So, Banks, are you going to get your fondest wish? Scum. Jolie says, really? Let's just take away their car keys. Well, Sarah and I talked about this morning, and she was saying, oh, so all women of reproductive age or anybody who finds out they're pregnant, you put an ankle monitor on them? Ace of Swords. The truth. Something he has no concept of. This is the women of America, the Empress. 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Star, Page of Swords, go, flippin', whistle. Women of America kicking more and more Republicans out of office. Eileen says they cannot enact any law that will interfere with or discriminate against interstate commerce. The more they push this garbage, the more they lose voters. The more people become Democrats, the more women have power, and these bullies are pushed off to the side. Truth will out. You can't put baby in a corner. Not anymore. You know, I'm not the world's biggest fan of Justin Bieber, but I got to give him credit for one thing he said. Someone asked him after he got married how many children he wanted to have. If he wanted to have a big family, how many children do you want? And he said, basically, it's up to my wife. It's her body. Okay. Dang. Didn't expect that. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. Swear jar alert. Thank you. Okay. Okay. At 1:15. Good for him. I agree, Azalea. All right. No. There. Come on. So, I just don't care about Santos. I've read on him like day after day after day, so I'm just going to skip that one. because it wasn't a specific question from you guys, so it was just something that was in the news. So I'm going to skip that. Eileen had 2 questions about DeSantis and teachers and teaching that I'm going to kind of combine, if that's okay, at 1:15:30. Or maybe I should just do the second one. Because civil rights lawyer Benjamin Crump plans to sue DeSantis over rejection of AP African American Studies course. Will it be successful? Yes, please. DeSantis to sue Benjamin Crump. No. Benjamin Crump to sue DeSantis, sorry, over AP American Studies. All right. My chat. Electrostorm, can you add while the teachers fight back against a DeSantis? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh. Polly Wonder says, I just extinguished my votive candles in memory of Saint Santos. 1:17. Benjamin Crump is going to sue DeSantis over his removing AP African American Studies. Stupid. DeSantis is heinous. Polly One is asking, how long will Florida remain a part of the United States until most of it is underwater? Part of it's not is barely going to be. Let's put it this way: Southern Florida, at the rate we're going, is going to be in international waters. Thank you, Carol. AP African American Studies in Florida. Oh, thank you, Alexandra. That is very sweet. That is very sweet. He's overreaching. That's just aggressive garbage. Swords are air signs, so that involves education as well. 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Tower, Lovers. He is a dinosaur. Mel Broussard has a whole bunch of Grim Bleeper, just practicing, warming up. Yeah. Seriously, he's a dinosaur. DeSantis is a dinosaur. He's trying all of this far-right stuff, just a lot of different far-right things to do as much damage as possible and to disenfranchise people who are not on the far right. But it's not going to stand ultimately. There are too many good people standing up against him. And this could also be teachers too, federal government. Because if there starts a certain amount of what could be argued as segregation in some way, the federal government can very much get involved. So, teachers in Florida. Mel Broussard says a general teacher strike in the state of Florida might shake things up a bit in the right direction. And Where are we? 120. Florida teachers strike. Thing is he could try to use that to do even more damage, but it's what he wants to do anyway. All right, Florida teachers strike. Roxy says, yes, if I was a teacher, I would refuse to teach until something changed. Saw an article this morning, a woman who had been a teacher. She got a job, she quit and got a job at Costco, and she says her whole life is better. RCN says, retired Florida teacher here. Florida is a right-to-work state. Teachers can't strike. Union doesn't have very much power. Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything they'll do. There may not be much they can do. Let's have a look. Roxy, yes. How can you teach when your mouth is taped? DeSantis and his ilk. Just a bunch of entitled far-right men. 5 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Page of Swords. 2 of Swords. 8 of Swords. I don't think so. I think things are set up in a way that there's very little they can do. Eileen says a teacher strike wouldn't happen, and he's now using people who do not even have an educational degree to teach. Military personnel can be a teacher in Florida now. Yeah, how could that possibly go wrong? Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, this is it won't help. It won't help. But anyway, let's do a message for us. At 123. 123. Message for us. Yeah, Pluto digging through Capricorn, which is all about elitism. When Capricorn goes bad, it's about aristocracy, elitism, hierarchy. And if you have money, you get good stuff. And if you don't have money, their feeling is tough, starve. Whereas big Star Trek fans like myself, and just decent human beings, think that we need to feed children every day. If the parents can't afford it, then the public should buy food for children. Call me crazy. Terry Solar's question, does the divine energy have a message for us? Okay. I'm getting a calm down. We've been through much worse than this. It's just there's a certain amount of just regular churn that comes with, it's like we live on the ocean. The energy is constantly moving. It just is. It's just part of life, and that's okay. Okay. 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos out there, but to some extent, don't let them push your buttons to create chaos. Knight of Wands. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Magician, Two of Wands. Like, these yahoos, they're there. And they've always been there. But that isn't the future. The future is how we treat the younger people. It's what we stand up for. And these idiots, they're on the periphery. The vast majority of people are good. They're decent. The vast majority of people, if you collapsed on the sidewalk, they would get help for you. They wouldn't rob you. They wouldn't kick you while you're down. They'd get you help. They'd call 911. That's the truth. And I'm not saying there aren't dangerous neighborhoods. I'm just saying, in general, the vast majority of people are just trying to get through the day. And they wish others well. And they're not asking for much. So don't let these idiots on the periphery, they're loud, but they're still on the periphery. They're not the majority. They're just not. So hang in there. Seriously, hang in there. We're going to be okay. We're not going to lose our democracy. We just have to keep fighting the good fight. And there are more of us than them. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate you being here and putting up with all the things being a little different today. I thought it might be nice. Looks like it stopped snowing just about. So, but we've only had a big snow, like enough snow that I need to shovel like the second time this winter. It's not much. So, all right, hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So in 2 hours, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel to do Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. This Saturday night is Patreon Tarot Social. We're doing something very different this week. We are going to invite patrons. You are invited to come onto screen with me in groups, and we're going to meet some people face to face who we've only seen in chat. So that will be Saturday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Chicago time. And it is not, I understand some people can't afford it. I understand. So there's always this, it's always free. But I really don't have huge expensive tiers on Patreon. So do consider becoming a patron. All right, that'll do it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.